match was anything to go by. We saw how thrilling it was. Pakistan had almost won it before there was a lower order collapse, and England took the first match. It was the same story in the second match, although the win margin was really much lesser than what the first from the first match. In England won this by just by 26 runs, but then what a match this turned out to be as well. When when Pakistan entered this match on the final on day 4, that is today, they had quite a few wickets in hand. They had 5 wickets in hand. They had not many runs to play with, and at one point of time, when Saud Shakil and Mohammad Nawaz were still in, it looked like Pakistan would actually go through, and the series would be leveled. But then the same old story. England again, the Mark Wood just Ben Stokes just introduced Mark Wood, and the match turned on its head. He dismissed Saud Shakil, he dismissed Mohammad Nawaz, and all of a sudden. Pakistan seemed to be in a pool. But then Abrar Ahmed, whom we saw take 7 wickets on debut, he looked almost set for a 10 for on his debut test. But he settled for a 7 for. He hit 2-3 shots, and it looked for once that maybe this is Abrar Ahmed's test match it was made for him, tailor made for him. But then that was not to be. After 3 shots, he was also dismissed. Agha Salman came in, and for one point of time, it looked maybe Agha Salman is the one who might actually take Pakistan through. He hit some good boundaries, even of Mahmood, but that was not to be. Pakistan have now lost the series, and there will be a lot of things to introspect into, because they got if this pitch was quite good to play on. If Rawalpindi was bad, it was a belter. We saw both teams score truckloads of runs in the first test, but this pitch was much better. But then Pakistan will have a lot of introspection to go through. They have faced England in both T-tests and T20s in the last few months. They have played 7 T20s. They played them in the World Cup. They played in the World Cup final, which England won, and now they have already played 2 tests. And there is the result is the same. England are winning over and over again. And to speak of England, what a turnaround has the baseball got them. Under Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum, these teams looks just all set to fly. With the World Test Championship final, coming up in 6-7 months' time, and Australia have hold a real good stronghold at top of the table. But with this England side looks really good. This England side looks like the one that might actually give them the competition. Imagine this side playing last year at the Ashes. The results could have been much more different. And speaking of baseball, there has been no change in template. We saw Harry Brook, who is the player of the match for the second test, how he played in the first match as well. The first match had literally turned into almost a one-day international that we were seeing. Every batsman was coming and just going bonkers over the Pakistan bowlers. Even the Pakistan batters were at one point of time going really good. But they didn't quite turn up as much in this match, which would have been required in the first place. But there has been no drop in intensity from this England side. They have been too good ever since Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes took up the responsibility of the team after that drubbing in the Ashes. They had no wins for 14 tests in a row, and all of a sudden this seems to be an entirely new side. Not many changes in the side that played in the Ashes and are playing now. Maybe 3-4 batters who have been dropped, and some new faces have come in. We didn't see Stuart Broad, but then we also have to speak about James Anderson. At 40, he is still bowling at the topmost level. He has been troubling batters. If we saw the outswinger that he delivered to Mohammad Rizwan yesterday, even Rizwan stood there for 50 seconds just to gauge what had actually happened to him. Even Rizwan said after the match, said after the day's game, that he is a fan of Anderson. He loves him. He loves him for how he bowls. And Anderson is definitely one of the greats of England, not just England bowling, but test bowling in general. We have seen him trouble some of the greatest batsmen of this era, and it has been he's 40 years old and he's still at the top of his game. It's brilliant to see him. There have been Ben Stokes, maybe he hasn't been contributing as much with the bat or the ball, but then Ben Stokes has been too good as well. As a captain, he has changed the team. We saw in the first match how everyone praised him, that the team wants to go out and play for him, to win for him. And that is respect that one commands from your team, and that is the atmosphere that he has created in that dressing room. uh, it's really commendable how this team has transformed within a space of few months. Just a change in coaching staff, a change in captaincy, and this team has gone from nowhere to somewhere where they are able to give competition to the best test sides in the world. They have now beaten Pakistan in Pakistan, and this is in the history of Test cricket just the third time that they have been able to beat Pakistan at their home. So this is a huge achievement if we look at the World Test Championship as well as England Test cricket in general. Um, they will definitely have an eye on the top two spots to play in the finals, and if they manage to play in the finals they will definitely start as favorites, as England is all set to host the WTC finals. So these are the small steps that Pakistan is taking, sorry, England is taking towards that World Test Championship final. And Pakistan, with this loss, with two losses in a row, now cannot qualify. So they had to win and draw all of the tests that they were to play from the last test match to their end of the calendar. But now they have lost two, and now they are all but out of the race for the World Test Championship finals. So the race is on. Australia at the top of the table, followed by South Africa and England as well in contention. So this is one of the big races we saw last time. India playing New Zealand, this time New Zealand are quite behind because they haven't had a great test season. India are on the fourth or fifth rank, some number. They are also trying their best. They are going to play Bangladesh in two test series starting day after, but if there is a possibility of an Australia England final, what better than that for Test cricket? So that's all for now. Pakistan will have another test to redeem themselves, although that won't count for much. England have mesmerized one and all with their baseball strategies, and this is just this win, this 26-run win, the confidence to believe that even when Pakistan is sailing, they still have a chance to win. This confidence maybe just comes with that term baseball. That's all for now. Keep tuning to News 9 Live for all the latest sports updates. Thank you.